In the heart of the city, where dreams come alive, B-Up's on the mic with that fire in his eyes. From the court to the field, every game, every fight, he's the voice of the struggle under stadium lights. He's seen the highs and the lows, the wins and the pain, every triumph and tear, every loss in the rain. But through it all, he stands tall, never backs down, with a heart full of love for this sports-loving town. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Every story, every glory, every promise we keep. From the love of the game to the struggles we face, he's the voice of the people in the sacred space. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. There's a love in the air for the game and the grind, for the players who hustle, leaving it all behind. Through the sweat and the tears, the blood and the fight, B-Wop tells the stories under the bright lights. In the silence of the night, when the crowd fades away, he's the echo.
They said my D-line didn't exist. Bullshit.
It's my favorite thing.
It's time to get nasty. It's time to get nasty. Let's go.
That's the Heisman Trophy.
Are you practicing to practice, or are you practicing to be great?
Which way am I going?
What's coming? You on the way?
Good morning, family. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are everybody doing? Good to see you on this Thursday morning edition of Sports Talk with B. Watts. I'm your host, Bernard Watts. Only thing I ask that you do is hit that like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit that like button. Join the membership. Join the membership if you haven't joined the membership. And also subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you have never subscribed. And if you subscribe, press that button. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. Want to thank everybody who's in the chat right now. Let's see who we got. Benzo, my dog. What's up, man? Good morning to you. FD, what's up, bruh? Appreciate you. There she is. He said, Grand Rising on this beautiful day. Have a great one, everybody. Miss Kimberly Nash Williams. My dog. I love CC. She's saying good morning to everyone, and we thank her for tuning in right now. All right. Mr. Whitaker, what's going on? Appreciate you. Who we got? C2X. What's going on? Kenny Wilson, my dog. What's going on? Doing all right? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. My boss lady, Miss Phyllis, pulled up this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Kane the Goat. What's going on? What's going on, brown girl? How you feeling? It's early in the morning. I know, I know. I don't want for my walk and I'm back. Elijah Watson, what's up? Doing all right? Yeah. We finna get into this thing. Dupree, what's up? Key, what's up? How you feeling? Trying to recognize everybody in the chat before we get started. Play, what's going on? He said we need better play callers. He ain't did it but 1 year. You gotta give him a chance. Can't get rid of him off 1 year, my dog. Oh boy. I'm just sneaking in. I'm at work. Y'all be good and behave. All right, you have a blessed day. We appreciate you. Appreciate y'all, love CC. Yeah. We love 12 with the Cleveland Brown. He's a baller. Yeah, we do. But today, this morning, I'm not gonna talk about Shadua Sanders. I'll drop a video at the 5 o'clock hour for Shadua Sanders and at 8 p.m. later on tonight. With Greg said it, we'll be talking about Shadua Sanders. But right now, this morning, for the next 20 minutes, I want to talk about Colorado football team led by the head coach himself, Deion Sanders, Coach Prime. Well, we got an offensive coordinator that's coming into his second year of being the offensive coordinator for Coach Prime. If you look at Coach Prime history of coaching in college, as far as a offensive coordinator, Pat Shurmur, the only offensive coordinator that I know, has been brought back for the second year. For the second year. That speaks volume to me. If Coach Prime thought enough of Pat Shurmur to be the offensive coordinator to bring him back on a second year in his past, he never done that since been coaching college. Pat Shurmur must be pretty good at what he do. Coach Prime must see something in Pat Shurmur. That's good. I like the guy. I like where I like his philosophy. I like everything about Pat Shurmur. He just had a quarterback last year that can throw it, and they didn't have no running game. But check this out. Let's look at Pat Shurmur, right? Let's look at it. We know Pat Shurmur is a former head coach of the New York Giants and the Denver Broncos. He's a former head coach and a former offensive coordinator. We get that, right? We get that. But since he's been at CU, he took a team that was 9-3 with no running game, with no offensive line, and did a pretty good job. He just did to me. Well, this year is going to be his biggest task because he going to need some players to step up. He going to need some players to step up. And the first player Pat Shurmur going to need to step up, it's going to be that quarterback position. That Cajun Song. The Colorado Buffaloes football team, especially on the offensive side, where Pat Shurmur is in charge, gonna need his quarterback to be on point. And when you look at the quarterback position in that quarterback room, you got Juju, who's a freshman coming in, and you got the other two quarterback along with Caden Salter. Caden Salter must come out and perform at a high level for this offense to be lethal. They got the players. They have the players to go out there and just dominate. They really do. But Pat Shurmur is the driver of this bus. He's the driver for this offense. He's the play caller. He must know what each player brings to the table and try to bring the best out of them. So when you look at K. Salter as the quarterback, projected the quarterback, the starting quarterback, Pat Shurmur as the offensive coordinator must go back to 2023 and look at the plays that they ran at Liberty with K. Salter at the quarterback. He just do. Because K. Salter back in 2023 put up MVP numbers, Heisman Trophy candidate numbers at Liberty. as the quarterback. He threw for over 3,000 yards, and he had 1,000-yard rushing. That's a baller. Kate Salter is a baller. I know a lot of people saying that they got that narrative out there that he want to run all the time. No, they don't. If you go back and look at the films, if you look at this practice, if you look at the spring game, Kate Salter is the first pass quarterback. He just ain't finna sit back there all day to wait till you get over. He's just not finna do that. What's up, A1 Sport? He's just not finna do that. And I don't blame him. Go through your progression, go through your reads. If the wide receiver or the running back or wherever the play's supposed to go ain't open, you supposed to get out of there. Or if a lineman miss a block or a assignment, yeah, you got to use your legs to make plays. And that's what Kate Salter brings to the game as the quarterback for the Colorado Buffaloes. Like I said, Pat Shurmur is the driver of the bus. And that offensive line must be ready. They must be ready this year up front with the new coaching staff that they have, with the new players that they brought in. When you bring in back a big time, I mean a big time All-American left tackle who blocked for your blind side, Jordan C. Everybody else got to get in line with Jordan C. We know he coming to put that work in. We know he coming to dominate his side of the ball, which is that left side. The left side of that offense. Pat Shurmur going to be the key to it. He must get them ready, and I believe he will have them ready. I got faith in Pat Shurmur because that offensive line, once again, is going to be the telling point of this offense. They brought in another lineman right here from Memphis, Tennessee, and he's pretty good. I ain't about he's pretty good. He's sure enough good. And he's on his last year. He should be able to work his way to get drafted this year in the NFL. And on the other side, you got another big guy. Yeah, you got another big guy on that offensive line. Then you bring another guy in from Tennessee, Larry Johnson. So that offensive line should be set. It should be set. Only thing we're waiting on now to Pat Shurmur to install the plays. I'm sure he already don't install them plays. Pat Shurmur must get off to a good start, and it start against Georgia Tech. It start against Georgia Tech. It started against Georgia Tech because Kate Salter and Pat Shurmur, they go hand in hand together. I hate to put them out there like that. They go hand in hand together. They go hand in hand together. So when you look at the weapons that Coach Prime has brought in for the offensive coordinator, Pat Shurmur, along with Kate Salter at the quarterback, this offense should roll along with the pieces from the transfer portal on that offensive line. A special weapon in this guy right here. Not saying he'll start, but he's special. Pat Shurmur must find some plays, some packages to get this guy the ball. He's a game breaker. I don't know how the chat feel. I don't know how people who tuning in right now feel about Quinn Gibson. Quinn Gibson is a Max Prep National Player of the Year from the state of Texas. The numbers that this dude put up in high school. This guy here, man, look here. He can put pressure on any defense. He will be a matchup problem in the Big 12. Matter of fact, he'll be a matchup problem against Georgia Tech. Quentin Gibson, along with K Salter. They should just go off. And he got somebody else out there with him. It's a numbers game. Anytime you can throw these two out there. And I ain't talking about the other two that I'm finna bring up. Anytime you can throw Joseph Williams, Quentin Gibson out there on your offense, you should be able to move the ball if your offensive line is really all that. They big enough. They got a good quarterback that can throw the ball in Caden Salter. They got a decent offensive line. And they got some good wide receivers. We don't see them. We don't see them through practice. We don't see them in the spring game. Joseph Williams is coming from Tulsa. This is his second year. He's a sophomore. You're bringing in Quentin Gibson with the speed. I'm just trying to tell y'all, they should go out there in that first game and just demolish Georgia Tech with the talent that we have on that offense. Now, everything going to be depends on the defense, but the offense, Pat Shurmur got the weapons, y'all. And I'm going to say right now, I'm going to be on record. I'm going to be on record right now and say, I think Pat Shurmur offense may be the best in the Big 12. With the quarterback of K Salter, we got a running game. We got two running backs that I like. And we got a bunch of wide receivers that they probably can be number one wide receivers on any other team. You don't think Joseph Williams could be another number one wide receiver on any team he go to? From what we done seen, from the highlights and all, what about Quentin Gibson in the slot? He remind you of who? LaJohntay Webster. He have the moves of LaJohntay Webster. He quick like him. He fast like him. He tough like him. Quentin Gibson could be a difference maker. Could be a game changer once he get out there on the field. One-on-one matchup, Quentin Gibson and Joseph Williams, 9 times out of 10, they gonna beat that. They gonna beat their one-on-ones. That's why it's gonna be hard for a defense to play them man-to-man. You're gonna have to roll your safety over the top of Joseph Williams. You're gonna have to roll your safety over the top of Joseph Williams. A1 Sports said Joseph Williams is the truth, and 100% I agree. He's the truth. Yeah, he could be the number one wide receiver on this team easily. Pat Shurmur just got to dial up the plays and put the right players in and let them ride. Feature them, get them the ball, and let them make plays. I know a lot of people say, hey, I say, hey, we know we got to run the ball. We get that. Control the line of scrimmage. But, boy, you got some nice toys sitting out there on that outside and on wide receiver. You just can't let them sit out there and be decorated. No. They can make plays for you. I'm on record already saying this wide receiver group as a whole is better than last year's wide receiver group. To me, that is. It is. You can throw in the tight end, Zach Atkins. That going to make that offense more depth, more ways to move the ball. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. I like the weapons that Pat Shurmur has to play with. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that. Cause Joseph Williams, he the truth, as A1 Sports said. And then we got another wide receiver. I think gonna be a game changer. Cecile Brown. Cecile Brown can make that offense to be the best in the Big 12. And here's my reason why. He's 6'5", y'all. He run a 4.3 and a 40. That's Jimmy Horn speed. Anytime you have a wide receiver with that type of height and speed, and you can put Cam Micah or Quinn Gibson in the slot next to him, that's a matchup problem, a matchup nightmare for anybody. For anybody. For anybody. That's a nightmare for a defensive coordinator and a defensive back and a safety. Somebody 6'5" that can run real fast. Because one thing I know, you can't teach speed. And that's what Colorado brings to the table. Speed. This dude is 6'5", got a catch radius as a 7-footer. As a 7-footer. And I'm not trying to tell y'all. I'm being honest with you. This dude here has the potential to be a 1,000-yard receiver. He just does. And when you throw out there with him, Omarion Miller, if he's healthy, you tell me what offense in the Big 12 can match Colorado offense. I just gave you the wide receiver league. I ain't even put them all out there. I ain't told you nothing about Draylon Miller. I ain't said nothing about Cam Micah. I haven't said anything about Isaiah Hodge. I haven't said anything about Terrell Timmons. I'm just trying to say this now. Omarion Miller, Cecile Brown, and Joseph Williams, along with Cam Micah, along with Quentin Gibson. Man, look at here. With K Salter and with that offensive line and with the running back room that we have, listen, y'all. I ain't even brought up this dude they just brought in from Florida State, Hakeem Williams. These guys they're going to be a problem. If Pat Shurmur dialed it up right, it's going to be on Pat Shurmur. It's going to be on him. I hate to put it on him. Then you got Track Hawk back there, that running back, that you can throw that ball out of the backfield too, with Dallin Hay running the power play between the Tigers. And then you bring in Track Hawk. What is his name? I don't forgot his name. D. Taylor. I'm just going to say D. Taylor. D. Taylor, get out there. Dude. Yeah. I keep trying to tell y'all, Pat Shurmur might have the best offense in the Big 12 this year. A1 Sport. Appreciate that super chat earlier this morning, my brother. They got so many weapons. Pat Shurmur just got to use his weapons right. He do. I'm sure if he don't get it right this year, I think Coach Prime gonna move from him. He might. Coach Prime do it in the middle of the season. I hate to put him out there like that, but he will. We got Michael Welch too. You got Charlie. Like I said, you got a good offense. No way this offense should sputter at no time. No way. And they're gonna rely on, and all of it gonna go back to the two people that I told you about. It's in their hands. It started with that offensive coordinator and Pat Shurmur, and they're gonna start with K Salter. K Salter got to make his throws. He got to make his throws. He got to be on time with his throw. He got to go through his progression, and he got to complete them passes. Can't turn it over. You cannot turn the football over. Cut down off the interception. He got to play just like he played in 2023. He got to play like that. He must play like that. I believe he's going to be fine. I believe he's going to be a good quarterback. I think he's a Heisman Trophy quarterback out the gate. That's just me. If Pat first plays, if they screen, I'm done. Yeah. If he first plays, there you done. Them bubble screens. Hey, Ronnie, he known to do it now. I'm just saying I have to check out enough the insight. Like I say, it started with Pat Shurmur and that offensive line. If Pat Shurmur is on his game, if the offensive line can go out there and do what it's supposed to do, we good. Because now we got the wide receiver, we got the running back, we even got the quarterback. But he got to be accurate with that football. He can't turn it over. He cannot turn it over. And we built tough up front. Yeah, them bubble screen. Them bubble screen, something there. Yeah. You just need somebody just to run with that thing. They got the athlete to run with them bubble screen. Really, them bubble screen is for, it's just like a running play, y'all. When you can't, when your offensive line and your running back can't get you a running game, you supposed to throw that bubble screen. Get the ball to your athlete, the person who can run the fastest, and hope he can make one person miss, and he on his way. That's all it is. That's all it is. So, Pat Shurmur, like I say, this offense is in his hand. If this offense can just get off to a good start real fast, I mean, they have to get off real fast every game to calm everything down. And I believe we're going to be all right. A1 Sports says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't try and fix it. I might have to agree with. I agree with A1 Sports, y'all. I'm sorry. I like Pat Shurmur. What y'all think of the guard they just signed? 6'7", 320. He a big dude. He probably gonna be a backup or a somebody in that role to bag up a player. I think the offensive line is already set. Yeah, that starting offensive line is already set, y'all. It's already set in stone. You ain't got to worry about it. There it is right there. There it is right there. What's up, Steve? There it is right there. I believe we're gonna do. That's it right there. That's the offensive line right there. Scott Proctor of DNVR listed the measurement for their potential starting five. You got Jordan Seaton at that left guard. I mean, that left tackle, excuse me, left tackle. He's 6'5", 330. You got Xavier Weaver, 6'4", 320. Transfer in from Memphis, also played at LSU. You're bringing in McGill at the center. He was already been there for a while, 6'2", 320. That's a lot of beef up front, y'all. And then I think the best player on the offensive line, other than Jordan C, gonna be that right guard, Zy Chrysler. Chrysler. 6'7", 340 pounds. That's a big dude. That's a big dude. He ain't big, he huge. Then you bring in Larry Johnson, just the biggest him. 6'7", 350. If they can stay healthy through 12 games and they can get that continuity down by playing together, that offensive line gonna be a problem for sure. It's gonna be a problem. If they can move people off that line of strength, and we'll know by when it's time to run the ball. If their offensive line can move people, you ain't gonna be able to handle them, y'all. Colorado just might run the table this year. And it start up front with the quarterback, the offensive coordinator, and his offensive line. All of them go hand in hand together. Then the running back can be able to run. Then you can get your ball to your playmakers at that wide receiver. I'm just trying to tell you. Jordan Seaton is All-American. Xavier Hill. All these Xavier Hill, this is last year. If he go out there and just dominate and don't give up no sacks, I think he gave up 1 sack out of 408 and 500 snaps last year in rushing and passing. I mean, he can write his ticket to the NFL, drafted or as a undrafted free agent. He'll get a shot. Then you got McGill. Then you got Zy Chrysler. Chrysler is in the same position. This is last year. He played in the Big Ten. He played for Illinois. He was known for a run blocker in Illinois. He just wanted to come play for Coach Prime in Colorado to get some spotlight, get some attention on his game, and he's been coached by three of the best offensive line coaches in college football. Me personally, I think this Zach Chrysler, he's gonna be an All-American, y'all, at the end of the year. I don't see him giving up no more than one sack. No more than one. Out of the whole offensive line, when the season is over, his PFF grade will be better than any of them. Any of them. Our problem last 2 years when Shurmur was quarterback, if you just go back and look at the tapes and look at the past game, the pressure came up the middle, right at that center and the left guard and the right guard position. That's where the pressure came from. That's where Shurmur was on the run from. Up the middle, the gut, the center, the left guard, and the right guard. And Coach Prime done fixed it. He done fixed it. And Xavier Hill ain't no bad dude. He just not. Zy Chrysler, he no bad dude, y'all. Larry Johnson, I got to see how he move. That's kind of big to be out there, but he's 6'7", coming from Tennessee. I haven't seen no tapes on him yet because I really don't look too much at the offensive line tapes, but I seen Zy Chrysler and I seen that Xavier Hill tapes. They look real good from where they came from. They look real good. They're going to be able to put some pressure on some people this year. They just are. That offensive line just huge. I'm expecting Pat Shurmur offense to be one of the top offense in the Big 12. In the Big 12. I believe he have the tools. I know he had a quarterback. I know he got a decent offensive line. He definitely have probably the best wide receiver group again. Not just in the Big 12. They got the best wide receiver group in college football. Ivan Cole, what's up, Ivan Cole? Be what he has to run the ball. Pressures come when they don't respect the run game. That's on Shurmur. I agree with you 100%. They must run the ball. They must do that. With the offensive line they got, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. I feel good in knowing we have Byron Leftwich. That's gonna be a key factor too. That's gonna be a key factor too. Like I say, I like Pat Shurmur. I just do. He just need a good offensive line to do what he do. You know, Pat Shurmur played. He played on the offensive line when he was playing in college. He did. Stevie Davis said, I have big trust in Garner, Higgman, and Gerard getting this offensive line right. Okay. I believe it too. They got three of the best. They done did it. I don't see why not, y'all. I don't see why not. You know, Keith said that quarterback for BYU is in trouble. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah. But I'm not even worried about BYU, really. I mean, they on our schedule. They got a good team, but if we can go out there and manhandle Georgia taking that fair game, I ain't worried about nobody on that schedule. Nobody. Can we get some I formation? It'll be nice. It'll be nice. It'll be nice. Ronnie, it'll be nice. Yep. So we'll see, y'all. We'll see how this thing go. But I got good faith in Pat Shurmur as the offensive coordinator this year. I just believe he's gonna go out there and do his thing because he has some weapons that can go out there and get it done. He really does. He just got to be able to dial it up. And if he dial it up right, these guys right here on this list from Scott Proctor, these guys on this list have had 100-yard receiving games in their career. Cecile Brown don't have 5 of them. So you know he's explosive. Joseph Williams, another talented wide receiver, now had 3 of them in his first year of playing college football. Omarion Miller, with the limit plays and limit time he's been on the field, now had 2 100 games receiving. And Draylon Miller now had 1. And then you got Jack now had 2. Like I said, Colorado gonna have the best offense, explosive on paper right now. They got the best. Pat Shurmur got to turn up. If Pat Shurmur and this offense go out there and just dominate, if he just go out there and just dominate, Pat Shurmur got a chance to go get him a head coaching job or another offensive coordinator job in the NFL. This is his year to shine. This is Pat Shurmur's year to shine. If this dude here come back healthy, I believe he's going to be a dominant factor. Now, he the missing piece. He can make everybody's job safe. He can make everybody look right if he go out there and dominate. If he come back healthy. Big O is the man. He the man. Can you imagine JoJo Williams out wide left, Omarion Miller out wide right? You put Cecile Brown in the slot, along with any other. You can put Cam Mike in the other slot. You can put Quinn Gibson. You can put Isaiah Hart in the slot. Draylon Miller. Do you know what kind of pressure these guys can put on a defense? They're going to be hard to stop. They're going to be hard to stop. O is the key. He just got to be healthy. And if that wide receiver coach believe he's healthy, he's going to let him play. He's going to let him play. He's going to let him play. Watchlock say, I hope CU quarterbacks find time to work with the receiver this summer. They should. They should. They got to get out there like Shurmur. Like I say, I like the offense. I like Pat Shurmur. If they can get a good running game, they're going to be lethal. Because you know K Salter going to bring his running game to the team, to the table, up front, ready to rock and roll. Pat Shurmur can run a double tight end set if he wants to, too. He can. Pat Shurmur know the game. He know what he can and what he can't do. He know what he can and can't do. He know what he can. Jay Field, the most underrated coach on the staff, nothing but top development. I agree with you 100%. He know how to develop a wide receiver. He's good at that. He's good at developing a wide receiver. Pat Shurmur is the offensive coordinator that can take this team to a Big 12 championship, along with the talent they have at that wide receiver room, that quarterback, and the running back. Because you got some top wide receivers, and you got a good tight end. You got several tight ends at that. You really do. Hey, y'all, you watching Sports Talk with B. Watts on this Thursday morning. Don't forget, I got a video dropping at 5 o'clock. Make sure you check it out. This is the topic of the video that I'm dropping at 5 o'clock today. Shedeur Sanders and Watson, quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson saying one of us got to go. But Shedeur came back and said, it's just me talking for him. Nah, bro. This my team now. I'm telling that story at 5 o'clock. Now I'll be back at 8 with Greg said. But once again, this offense can be dominant. It can be dominant. I think the key is the running game. You think the key is going to be the running game? They got two good running backs that I like. And with Micah, I'm good. I know a lot of people saying that we need to add one more, but I'm good with those three. If they stay healthy, I'm good with it. I like Trackhawk. I like the speed that he brings to the table. And I like the power running of number 7, Dallin Hay. I really do. What's up, Rip? How you feeling? Appreciate you. Yep. Miss Carolyn Shepard, how you feeling? Thank you for tuning in this morning. The key is the offensive line that will prepare the running game. The offensive line, I think, gonna be all right. Like I said, I think the offensive line gonna be good. They just got to go. They got to have a want to. That's what it's all about. With Jordan C, we ain't worrying about. I'm not worried about Jordan C. I'm not worried about Xavier Hill. I don't see him enough for film working him in the past. I'm not even worried about Zy Chrysler. I'm not. Now, I'm kind of concerned about the right type. That's my concern right there. But we still got Phillip Houston. We still got the rest of the guys. I know Phillip Houston is recovering from surgery. I think he'll be all right. I think he's going to get back right. And they got 3 or 4 guys they can throw over there at that right tiger if Williams don't work out from Tennessee. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, that's me on that, y'all. I think Pat Shurmur going to have the best offensive line, the best offensive wide receiver, the best offensive quarterback, the best offensive running back in the Big 12. I just do. Yeah. Stevie said Johnson, Houston, Cardell, Tama, playing on right tiger ops. It is. Yeah, you got to like that. What's going on, RD? How you doing? Yeah, I like that. I like that about him. I like that about him. Well, y'all got to get out this thing. I went over my 30 minutes. I want to thank everybody for tuning in right now. Don't forget, check out my video that's going to drop at the 5 o'clock hour. All right? And I'll be back live. At 8 p.m. Eastern time, with Greg said. All right? I appreciate y'all, though. Steven said, great show. Oh, appreciate you participating in the chat, too, Steven. You throw down some good feedback on me, man, bro. I appreciate you. Need to come over here more often. Colorado, Coach Prime got a post-grad camp, June the 3rd, 2025. $100 post-high school grads. Contact somebody on the staff and get your son in there. All right? Well, I got to get off here. Got some things I got to do. Want to thank y'all for rocking with me early this morning. Like I said, I'm talking about Colorado at 8, trying to do a 30-minute show just to keep them in the algorithm. That's all I'm trying to do. I don't want to do it on Stole the Thunder and on Stole the Spotlight from Coach Prime. So that's what's going on right now. People really don't want to talk about college football. They won't talk about Shador. But, hey, I got to switch it up. You only can talk about so much, though. All right? But once again, hey, I appreciate y'all. I'm trying to grow my morning show. I'm going to start. I think I came on 8:30. I had something to do this morning, but I'll be back on at 8 tomorrow morning. All right? Peace. Y'all be good. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Are you practicing to practice or are you practicing to be great?
Which way am I going?
Next bus coming. You on the way.
Wizard.